Hey everybody, this is TJR, and it's time for another album alert. This week I want to talk about the album No Other by Gene Clark. No Other is the fourth solo studio album by Gene Clark, who is best known for his work as a founding member of the Byrds. Released in 1974, the album was a commercial failure and reportedly received very poor critical reviews as well. The album's budget was considered for the time to be excessive, and the record label Asylum Records did not promote the album, and by 1976 had deleted it from their catalog. Gene Clark, who in interviews considered No Other to be his masterwork, reportedly never recovered from the album's failure. Some years after his death, though, the album was re-released in its entirety for the very first time since 1976. This would have been in the early 2000s, but this time the album received very positive critical response. Since then, it has been gaining a reputation as a lost and overlooked classic. Last weekend in 2019, No Other was re-released with new remastered audio on CD, vinyl, a deluxe 2-CD edition, and an expansive Super Deluxe box set. I have been listening to the 2-disc deluxe edition on Tidal over the last few days, and I have to tell you this is my first time hearing the album. Quite frankly, I'm very impressed. It is really hard to believe that this album wasn't better received in its day, because it stands with some of the best work of Gene Clark's contemporaries of the time. I'm talking Neil Young, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Van Morrison, and the list goes on. Featuring a backing band comprised of top LA session musicians, No Other is a fusion of country rock with R&B, funk, LA rock, the Laurel Canyon sound, psychedelic rock, and even early disco stylings. No Other boasts ambitious arrangements and ambitious production. It's also uncompromising in its lack of desire to adhere to any commercial conventions of its day, or any other day for that matter. No Other does what any ambitious album should do. It challenges the listener to move through unique and fascinating musical landscapes. And throughout, the album features lyrics of longing that can only come from a youthful heart that still hasn't found what it's looking for. Yes, I just made a U2 reference. The bonus tracks on Disc 2 feature more stripped-down versions of the songs before the lush production added by producer Thomas Jefferson Kay. This production was considered to be heavy-handed by some of the music critics of the time, but I personally love the lush, gorgeous production of this album. This album has been growing on me more and more with each listen, and it is a reminder of why sometimes I still want to buy physical media. I have been listening to the album only on Tidal over the last few days, but the more I hear it, the more I feel the need to actually own it. I just have to decide which format I'm going to purchase it on. I will either go with the 2-CD edition or vinyl. Right now I'm leaning towards the vinyl since I can listen to the session tracks anytime on Tidal. If you're already familiar with this album or already own it, you're probably going to enjoy the new remastered audio, and you will more than likely enjoy the session tracks as well. And if you've never heard this album before, this is a must listen. Go check it out first on any legal streaming service such as Tidal, Spotify, or Apple Music. This is TJR. That's my album alert for this week. As always, if you like what I'm doing, be sure to click like, click subscribe, and be sure to click the notifications bell icon so you can know when I release new videos. Now I want to know what you think. If you've already heard this album, please leave a comment. If you've never heard it before, I have to tell you that the expansive nature of this album requires more than one listen. So give it a couple days, then come back and let us all know what you think. I'm looking forward again to hearing what you have to say. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.